How's it, everybody? This is this is a story about three friends of mine, and we. This was before we started closing our bedroom door at night, and we've had to do that because there's so much activity in the house that it just constantly woke us up. Constantly, something going on. Um, so we started closing our door so we wouldn't get woken up every freaking night. So, but in any case, we hadn't done that yet, hadn't learned that trick yet. So from our bed, you can see down the hallway. You can't see all the way to the living room, but you can see the area. So one night we're in bed. Cab had fallen asleep, and I was laying there, and I started thinking about um, people's laugh, you know, different kinds of laughs. And I thought about my friend Cindy, and Cindy had passed away. Cindy had this, it was the best laugh. It was one of those laughs that even if you're not in on whatever she's laughing about, it made you feel good. It was just so, it was hearty and just exuberant. And she was a really pretty lady, and she had a great big, huge, bright smile. And so when she laughed, it was just wonderful. It was just wonderful. Even watching her, it made you feel good. So I was thinking about Cindy because of that laugh. And then that made me think of Paul. And Paul, I loved Paul. Um, Paul was from Kailua too, so was Cindy. Paul was from Kailua, and he had he had this kind of a laugh. He'd go, eh, eh. If anybody ever spoke about Paul, they normally did the laugh too. Um, and that's just, that was one of the things that was so awesome and unique about him was his laugh. And so, and even if, Paul didn't get along with everybody, but that was one thing that everybody knew about him was this laugh. And I think that um, brought enjoyment to so many people. Um, so that made me think of Leesa. And I worked with Leesa at Corbell. And Leesa, when we would clean up for the day, Leesa would get really goofy. And it wasn't so much that her laugh was funny. It was just a funny, um, giggly kind of a laugh. And she was young. She was in her 20s. But she became so animated at that time of day. And then you add that laugh on top of it. And she was just awesome. She was just great. Just super fun to be around. Um, um, so I was thinking about them. I was thinking about Cindy and Paul and Leesa. And while I'm laying there, the light goes on in the living room. And I see the light. And so I know it's somebody, one of them, right? And so I get up like partial. I get up like this to look. And Kevin wakes up out of a dead sleep. And he sits up and he goes, "What are you doing?" And I said, um, "The light came on in the living room. And so I'm about to get out of bed. And he gets up, stands right up, walks 2 steps, didn't even get out our door, and the light goes off. And he turns right back around, jumps back in the bed, goes right back to sleep. And it just happened just like that. And it was like, uh, okay. But the thing was, it didn't make any difference who it was on any of these three people. It was just such a wonderful, fun, joyful memory. So that's the story of Cindy, Paul, Leesa.